So we bring them in, all the senior members are around the desk, and we look at them, we're like, hey, there's a loaded pistol right there. All right, grab the pistol, shoot the ceiling. Right, and now keep in mind, you discharge a pistol in a federal building, that's a felony. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Ask a Green Beret, right? Post your questions on Instagram. Every Wednesday, I jump on here and I answer them for you guys, okay? Don't have a lot of questions this week. Again, if you're on the YouTube channel, make sure you go to the Beret Chronicles Instagram page and follow me there, all right? I'm dropping good content over there also every other day. With all that said, let's jump right into these questions. All right, guys, question number 1. Where can I go to request a consultation with you? If you go to greenberetchronicles.com under mentorship, sign up on there, guys, and you can book a 30-minute session with me to where I'll jump on the phone with you and speak through whatever it is that you have going on. All right, next question. How do you shape your hat? My hat is shaped by 20 plus years of combat. All right. This doesn't just happen by itself, right? It's been through some adversity. Next question, guys. How do new guys on an ODA get hazed? It all depends on the specific ODA. All right. I can share a story from my time on an ODA as far as what we used to do to new guys. We had what we call a desk pop, right? If you guys have seen the movie The Other Guys, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So we would have our new guys, we'd, have them go through the gauntlet of being on the team for 5 months, give or take. And then on his 6th month, that'll be his last month, and we're ready to bring him into the fold and make him an official member. So me and some of the other members, we had what we call a desk pop, to where we would, take them outside, and then the rest of the senior members would be inside the team room. We were in the older team rooms back then. What we did is we took a pencil and we would poke holes into the ceiling to make it look like previous members had, shot the ceiling, right? So there was holes, and then we initialed them to make it look legit. And the premise was we took them outside, you know what I mean? We had a no shit, Glock 19, and we would put like a paintball round in there, right? And then we would bring him in and tell him to shoot the ceiling to see if he was actually going to do it. He doesn't know there's a paintball round in there, right? He thinks it's an actual round because we had the magazine and all that stuff in there. And we would pull him in, all right, give him a spiel like, hey, you've been on the team for 5 months. This is it. You passed this task. You're officially part of the team. You get your team swag, all that jazz, right? Just to see if he's actually going to follow up with it. And all the, senior members are around the desk. And we look at him, we're like, hey, there's a loaded pistol right there. All right, grab the pistol, shoot the ceiling, right? And now keep in mind, you discharge a pistol in a federal building, that's a felony, right? So we just wanted to see what this new guy was going to do. So we put him in that situation. And we've had several guys that's gone through that process, that initiation. Some of them have done it. Some of them, haven't, right? But that's just one of the things that we would do to our new guys amongst many, right? Next question, guys. Mike wants to know, friend is going through a divorce but wants to be a Green Beret. Advice. Check it out, man. If you're going through a divorce right now, get that process handled before even trying out to become a Green Beret. What you don't want is to be going through a divorce while you're trying to prep for selection, or while you're going through the Q course, or even dealing with that same mess once you get the group. The girl that you're with now, don't take her to selection, to the Q course, or through group with you, right? If there's already problems within your current marriage. Take care of that issue first, and then look at, bettering yourself and doing something bigger, because whatever problem you have now is only going to amplify once you get to the operational groups. All right. I hope that was helpful. Have you ever taken steroid? If so, when in your career and why? So I've answered this question before in previous videos. Yes, I have, right? And that was to get bigger, stronger, faster, right? That was my reason for taking it. I wanted to be a big fucking meathead. I wanted to look imposing, right? When I'm downrange doing work. In my opinion, if I'm running and gunning, playing against a team that fucking plays for keeps, then I'm going to want every single advantage possible, right? That's why I took it. And I'm not telling you to go do it. I'm just sharing with you what I did when I was running and gunning, all right? Next question is, what's the best skill to have as a Green Beret? The best skill to have is going to be your interpersonal skills, right? Your ability to conversate with people, your ability to be in different situations and approach different people from different nationalities, from different armies, and make friends. I think that skill goes a long way because as a Green Beret, we're always working by, with, and through. For example, if my team deploys to Africa and there's a big conventional army unit there, guess what? I'm going to go into that base and I'm going to befriend the supply guy, the camo guy, like the medics, all the big army entities because I understand that my team is limited on resources. So I have to be out there networking so I can leverage my status as a Green Beret to hopefully get these people to give me things so I can go take care of my team. Next question, guys. With all the Navy SEAL stuff out, is quiet professional still something GB holds to virtue? Yes. All right. So you got to understand, when I hear the quiet professional mantra, I think of guys, going on social media and telling war stories and, talking about operations and all of that stuff, right? I don't see, a guy like me being on social media, sharing, hey, this is how you should prep your feet for selection. Hey, this is what you should expect for selection. I don't see that as not being quiet, right? But to an extent, I think this quiet professional mantra has beaten the Green Berets to a pulp to where our recruiting is shit. For the longest there, people didn't even know what a Green Beret was, right? And it just sucked for recruiting, especially in the day and age that we live now, where majority of the people we're trying to recruit are on social media, right? So I think you got to be real cautious as far as how you go approaching social media in the whole quiet professional mantra. How do you manage loads between unit PT and training for selection? All right, so the first thing I would do there is get with your leaders and let them know that you're trying to go to selection, right? And see if they'll give you some time off to go train and prepare for selection. If you have one of those units that don't want to hear it, they still want you there in the morning at fucking 6:30 to do PT, then show up at 6:30 and do PT with them. And in the afternoon, once you're off, then you can go to the gym, or on the weekends, you can do whatever you need to do to prep. All right. There's really no way around that. I hope that was helpful for you. All right. Next question, guys. Who are the best and worst support guys you've worked with? I've worked with a lot of good support guys, man. But I would say the best were the supply guys. Because as an 18 Charlie, me and those guys work hand in hand. Whenever I needed something for my team, I would always go to them. They would work with me to get what I needed. Worst support guys, I don't really have one, man. Like, all the guys that I work with were awesome. The only issue I had with all support guys were whenever the teams were out at these remote outposts doing work, all the supply guys were back on the base acting like they were SF guys. They had the beards, they had the parties, they had all the fucking chicks over, and they were lying about being SF guys. That was the only issues I've ever had with support guys. Other than that, they all did their job pretty well. All right, next question. How to lose side fat. Get your punk ass out there and run and do some fucking sit-ups and crunches. All right, I hope that was helpful. All right, last question, guys. What's the youngest age you've ever seen get selected? 21, right? That is the basic age to go to selection, is 21. All right. The oldest I've ever seen was 46. Guys, I appreciate you guys' questions. Not too crazy like last time. I hope this was helpful. All right. Again, every Wednesday we're on here answering your questions. So if you're not on Instagram, make sure you get over there. Follow Beret Chronicles. Until next time, take care of yourselves.